Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I want to pour something, like a web effect, but I thought I poured a little bit different. So I have here my white, and I used from ResinArt the white. I mix it rather opaque, and I have the carrot sand. This is a color from ColorBerry, which is unfortunately not available anymore. And I have the teal. I'm not sure if it's called rich teal, but it's from Laura's Art Corner. And I want to use these colors for my pour. The resin I'm using here is the ultra cast resin. And I need to clean my mold probably. It's always the same. I'm using here anyway the 20 by 20 centimeter square mold from MoldsandShapes. It's a tray mold and you can nicely make a bowl from it. I love those square bowls. But anyway, let me start. I'm pouring my white into the edge. As you can see, I'm taking my time here. Try to be rather accurate, but it's sometimes not easy when you need to pour a thin stream, and especially when you haven't used the mold too often, it's a little bit static. So, but this is normal, and yeah, it belongs to resin art that not everything can be 100% perfect. It's handmade, and you know what I mean. So I just make sure that the bubbles are gone a little bit. There was not much bubbles in my resin anyway, so but there was still something inside. So I needed to take my little how do you say, masking tape to get rid of it. Now I'm taking my clear resin, I'm filling up my mold, and I'm pouring this one rather thin. You see it, because I don't want the bowl to be too thick, because it's only 20 by 20 centimeter. And I find it when I pour the mold all the way up, like 8 millimeter, then it's far too high. So this works very well. I think I've measured very well. Sorry for my English. And yeah, I'm a little bit ill at the moment. I made this pour already some weeks ago, and I still needed to make the voiceover, but at the moment I'm not quite 100% okay, but I thought I quickly do the voiceover. So now I'm taking the teal color, the wonderful mica powder, and I'm pouring just, on one side, and I'm using the sun color, and I'm pouring this on the other side, just close to the edge. I didn't let my resin sit. If someone is asking, I mixed my resin and then I started pouring. Like I said, I made my white rather opaque, and now I'm taking my white again and I'm going all the way around so that there's white everywhere at the edge. And I'm almost done with my white. But I have a second cup because, I divided it because the cup I had was far too full, and then you cannot handle your resin or your cup anymore. Now again, the sun color, where the sun color is. You see it? I just pour along the edge. And then the teal color, where I poured the teal at the other side. I wanted to try and get a two-colored bowl, so I hope it's gonna work. I hope that both pigments are pulling nicely to the center and that I get some nice color effects. Yeah, my table is always a mess, so I'm sorry, but I only change it's a wallpaper on my table every now and again, because I just use it till it's completely done, and then I clear up my table again and put another wallpaper on it. So now I'm using the white again, and you see I'm altering my pigment, my white pigment, and the mica powders. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I'm a little bit confused today. Um, what I have a cramping in my left chest side, and it's very painful, and therefore my voiceover is a little bit, yeah, like struggling. So now again, my scent color, and then on the other side, the teal color. Really love this color combination, but I'm curious how the colors are blending together with the white. I expect the teal to be more muted and not so bright as it is here. So now I'm also taking some teal on top of my sand because I want to have a hint of this color also on that side. And I will be doing the same with the sand color, just pouring on top of my teal. Yeah, something was there again. I don't know what I've seen. Sometimes it is as it is. So I'm adding the sun color at the sides, and then hopefully I can, yeah, let my resin do whatever it needs to do. I'm torching it because there were some air bubbles still, and there was also a hair in my resin piece. Sometimes it happens because remember we have a cat, and yeah, when Gary is sitting with me, I'm all over with hair, which is normal. Yeah, so again the torch, and then I can let my resin move to the center. I have this little time lapse. I needed to help it a little bit with the heat gun, but I'm always doing this very carefully. And I still don't know why sometimes the resin is floating on its own to the center, and sometimes I need to help. It can be, of course, with the warmth, but my resin was sitting on a heating, so it was warm when I mixed my resin, and it still didn't move as easily. But it doesn't matter. I think it made some nice effects. You see it here. I gave it just a tiny little swirl in the center because I wanted the center to be closed, and I didn't put any glitter or stones into the center. So I'm now very curious how this turned out, if I get this two-colored effect, and if it's looking elegant. And yeah, it goes easy out of this mold. And look at this. Really like this. I like these effects. I mean, with resin, you can achieve such beautiful effects. And I also like this one. Look at this. I have the two colored sides, and it's winter inspired because if you watch the news, like in many countries at the moment, there's a lot of snow going on. I saw Japan, I even see northern Germany, I see Eastern Europe, I see the States, and I think it's a nice wintry tray, which I will be putting into a bowl. So I try to get my silver bowl, and then I just put my resin piece in there. I really love this. I love these striations which are going to the center, and I really don't mind that it not 100% closed. So I just put this into my bowl, try to have this rather equally on each side, and then it can further cure, and then I can show you the end result. I did off camera, I used a silver pen, and I just was painting the outer edge, which gives it a nice finish, I think. So, and here's the final result, and look at this. Look at the teal color. It went rather in a nice blue tone, and I really love the sand color, and the striations. They're really wonderful. Really like my little bowl, and it's standing on our table in the kitchen. So anyway, With this, I love and leave you. I thank you for watching, guys, and take good care of yourself. Bye bye.